Hey everyone, Captain Leon from Captain Leon's Boating and More, and I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Sweet! Alright, so I get it. This video is not for everybody, right? This is all about bling and adding some sparkle and pizzazz to your boat. Many folks out there, their boat is simply a means of transportation to get to the sandbar, to get out fishing. But if you're somebody like me, that you just take such pride in your boat that you're just looking to do whatever you can to give it that little pop, looking for the next great thing, you find excitement in that, then you will enjoy this. So look, full credit goes to Facebook poster, Yamaha boat owner, Henry Munoz, who in a Facebook post was questioning, have I ever considered changing my faded yellowy plastic gas cap over to chrome? I never really thought of it. I decided to pursue it. I'm going to show you how simple and easy this really is in this video. So sit back and enjoy. All right, so to begin this project, you have to purchase the entire gas fill assembly. The assembly is the plastic part that protrudes into the hull. Your fuel line attaches to this with 2 clamps, and then there are 4 screws that hold it into the boat. Originally I thought I may need to have to get in and crawl in under the boat and undo those 2 clamps, pull the hose off, take the nuts that are on the back of the bolts off, and remove them to change the whole assembly. But it turns out that's not the case, thankfully, because that's just a little bit more work. Very simply, there is a pin that is inserted through here that is your pivot point, and all you really need to do is just be able to force that pin out. Now it's in there pretty tight, and the easiest way to do it was with some form of a punch. I didn't really have anything handy. I improvised. As the expression goes, necessity is the mother of invention. So here what I ended up doing is I found an old drill bit. We can call this a sacrificial drill bit. This one happens to be 5/32, and we can see this is a concrete drill bit. But nonetheless, it was a good size to fit within the hole right here. You don't want the bit too big that you're going to damage the cap. You don't want the bit too small that when you're pushing on the pin inside, you don't want the bit to go inside the pin, because that's just going to spread the pin out over here, okay? You want it to be just the right size that it sits flush on the top of the pin. And hopefully, you can see that. The idea is just to, get it secure and tap it with a hammer, being careful, and maybe you'll need to set this up on a vise or something with a cloth around it, but just very carefully keep tapping it, and you will force this pin out, right? Just by putting the drill bit in and tapping away, and it'll come out. Once you pull that pin out, then you could just remove the cap. Now, just be careful, because it is a spring mechanism in here that you just got to be a little careful with. So when you're now going to switch caps, from the plastic faded one to the chrome, and now let's just assume this is on the boat, you can see this little spring tab here. Just be very careful and just place it like that, and then you could rotate it down, and now pressure will start to go on that spring, and you could bring it around and line it up, and then you can click the cap into place. At that point it'll be affixed, and then you could just take the time of inserting the new pin in, again tapping it in with a hammer. I'm going to recommend that you take steps to protect the hull of the boat. Let me show you what I did there. All right, so what we got here is just a piece of blue painter's tape. All right, and just to fix that to the hull, just to protect it. You're going to be striking here sideways, with your sacrificial drill bit, and you're going to be hitting here. So what you want to do is you don't want to go ahead and mess up the hull or scratch it in any way. So, you know, just be careful. This is a pretty small hammer, a little 10-ounce hammer, you know, just to force it through. Okay, and that's really the way to do it. You know, here you can see you have your 4 Phillips heads screws, but they're actually bolts with nuts on the other side. So I would just leave that just the way it is. All right, so this is the actual real installation underway. I just want to take note. So, you know, this is the assembly that came, you know, with the new chrome cap. This is what's already installed on my boat. I am taking notice, and I don't know if this will come out on film, but, you know, the actual printed part number here, it says EPA ATW-313. And I happen to notice that the unit on the boat from 10 years ago is EPA ATW 313. So guess what? The exact same part number here. That's good news, and we know we'll have no issue with that. So here we go. All right, so I'm going ahead and putting my chrome cap in place, putting the pin through or starting it. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and tap this directly with a hammer right on the pin itself. Okay, I got that pin nice and centered, you know, in the assembly. So now we're gonna go ahead and pull this off and we'll test our cap. So we hit the button. You can see the spring works, right? Pops it up. There we go. And it locks. So it's really that easy, you know, not a problem at all. And a very simple addition to the boat that really adds a nice little style. All right, so that is a wrap on a very simple modification to my boat. Look, I know, call me bling boy, I'm always looking to do something, but guess what? The cost of running this boat is so inexpensive. I mean, between the oil and the spark plugs, and it's pretty good on fuel too. So, you know, it doesn't cost me a lot to operate. It's 10 years old, and I just enjoy continuing to make it present better and better and better, and keeping it looking new. So what? 50 bucks on a chrome gas cap. Look, it's something that you may or may not want to do yourself, but if you do, hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you like my content and you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you know, in fact, when a new video of mine is produced. Big thank you once again to Henry Munoz, fellow Yamaha peep, for inspiring me to go ahead and make yet another enhancement to my boat. So be well, everyone. Happy boating. Captain Leon signing off.